Expo on CBS.
Coming up here at 11, COVID-19 continues to grab a hold of the nation, but the decline may soon be ahead.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 11.
Good Tuesday evening to you. I'm Dakota Makris. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. The Omicron variant continues to power an unprecedented global COVID-19 surge. The World Health Organization says more than 15 million new cases were reported in the past week, more than 5 million right here in the United States. Michael George reports from New York City.
The latest coronavirus surge is placing a renewed strain on hospitals.
Just as we thought we had finally gotten ahead of COVID, the Omicron variant came along.
New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy declared a public health emergency Tuesday. It's one of 43 states where COVID hospitalization numbers are still rising.
It's hard to process what's actually happening right now, which is most people are going to get COVID. All right, and what we need to do is make sure the hospitals can still function.
The government's handling of the outbreak was the subject of a Senate hearing.
It is a very wily virus. It has fooled everybody all the time.
The hearing grew testy at times. Kansas Senator Roger Marshall questioned Dr. Anthony Fauci about his financial disclosure form.
The big tech giants are doing an incredible job of keeping it from being public. We'll continue to look for it. Where would we find it?
All you have to do is ask for it. You're so misinformed, it's extraordinary.
To help tame the spread of Omicron, Pfizer has announced it will have a vaccine specifically targeting the variant. Pfizer's CEO says the company has already begun the manufacturing process and expects the vaccine to be ready by March. Michael George, CBS News.
As COVID-19 cases surge, at-home COVID-19 testing kits are increasing in popularity thanks to their convenience and quick results. Even though medical professionals offer different perspectives on their accuracy, infectious disease specialist Dr. Ferris Cotter says if you plan to use at-home COVID-19 testing, there are some things to look out for when you purchase them online.
Be sure you get the right test because there's a lot of fake tests out there. And the FDA have issued a letter how to avoid scamming. So if you buy a home test, and you have any question about this is approved or not, go on the FDA website. They list the 40 home tests that are approved.
Dr. Cotter adds that it's important to make sure your at-home testing kit has not expired and that you follow the directions on how to use it. Well, all counties in the Commonwealth are in the red zone, and today's positivity rate has increased once again. The state reported 9,450 new cases today, bringing our case total to more than 941,000. There were 9 new deaths reported as well, putting the Commonwealth's death toll at 12,434. The positivity rate is now at a record 26.79%. You can always find the latest COVID-19 information on our website at WYMT.com. A well-known scene from a Senate hearing in Washington, D.C. today, as Senator Rand Paul and Dr. Anthony Fauci battled it out again. The heated exchange happened during a Senate Help Committee hearing on COVID-19. It all began when Senator Rand Paul questioned Dr. Anthony Fauci on his comments on several fringe doctors. As Dr. Anthony Fauci was giving an explanation, Senator Paul kept interrupting, leading to this.
So I ask myself, why would Senator want to do this? So go to Rand Paul website and you see Fire Dr. Fauci with a little box that says, contribute here. You can do $5, $10, $20, $100. So you are making a catastrophic epidemic for your political gain.
Now, Dr. Fauci was referring to an incident that occurred 2 to 3 weeks ago, tying it back to Senator Rand Paul's social media comments on the doctor. In Canada, Quebec plans to level a fee against those who aren't vaccinated against COVID-19. The province's premier announced what he called a health contribution today. Now,
it's a question also of fairness for the 90% of the population who made some sacrifices. I think we owe them this kind of measure.
Officials say the province would be imposing the health tax on citizens who refuse to be vaccinated for non-medical reasons, saying they are putting a burden on the healthcare network. They did not say when the payments would take effect or how much it would cost, but said they want the tax to be significant. About 10% of eligible people in Quebec are unvaccinated, but represent about 50% of intensive care patients. Well, the parent company of Facebook is once again delaying its workers' return to the office. Meta will now wait until March 28th to officially move its employees back into offices, but it is giving its employees options. The company says workers have until March 14th to decide whether they want to work in the office, go full-time remote, or just temporarily work from home. For another 5 to 3 months, Meta already requires vaccinations for its in-office employees. Now it will require them to show proof of booster shots.
High pressure slowly scooting off to the east this evening. That means we're going to continue to see cool temperatures, but they're going to hold steady for the most part as we head into the overnight. London Corbin Airport right now, all is quiet on the runway at LOZ. It's 27 degrees outside right now, so already a chilly number in many spots, and that will continue. Downtown Whitesburg, a tranquil scene out there right now. You can still see there on the right side of your screen the snowflakes there down Main Street on the light poles. 27 there as well. In fact, many spots at 27 at the moment, including Somerset, London, and Williamsburg. Over into Wise as well. Monticello's already down to 20. Most of us, though, in the low 30s. We'll continue to see these temperatures kind of hover around there as we head through the overnight. A few clouds trying to push through from the bluegrass into eastern Kentucky, but I think it'll be more light high clouds than anything else. Mid-20s for most tonight, though we may see those temperatures rise just a touch into the into the upper 20s as we head into the overnight. We have even warmer conditions on the way for tomorrow. I'll have the details coming up in just a few minutes. Dakota?
All right, Evan, thank you. Organizers of the Kentucky Bourbon Benefit Auction presented a check for $3.4 million to the governor and the Team Western Kentucky Tornado Relief Fund. Now, that donation quickly going directly to helping tornado victims. There were more than 5,100 people bidding on rare bottles from around the world. The event exceeded organizers' original goal.
And we tallied the numbers. There wasn't a dry eye in the room. We could not believe that we had just raised more than $3 million. Our goal was $1 million, and we tripled that.
The Kentucky Bourbon Benefit Auction site is still accepting donations, and businesses continue to match funds. Proceeds from the benefit are going to the Team Western Kentucky Tornado Relief Fund. Well, the Bell County Sheriff's Department is investigating a death at a mine site. Deputies said they were called to Colmar mine site this afternoon of reports that a tree fell on top of a truck. 32-year-old Cecil Todd was taken to Middlesboro ARH but was pronounced dead at the hospital. An investigation determined the tree fell from the loose ground from the high mine site. Now, a passenger inside the truck was taken to a hospital due to his injuries, but his condition is unknown at this time. The Mine Safety and Health Administration is also investigating. Well, we now know the identity of the two people who died in a Harlan County crash this afternoon. Arch and Joyce Wolf were pronounced dead at the scene by the Harlan County Deputy Coroner. Police say Wolf made a left turn off of Kentucky 840 onto US 421. It was there that their Jeep was hit by a truck driven by Perry Phillip. Phillip was taken to a hospital for minor injuries. Well, Martin County has a new judge executive, the third in less than 1 year, appointed yesterday after Victor Sloan died last week. Colby Kirk took the seat of interim judge executive as of Monday, appointed by the governor to carry the county forward until the election this November. Kirk, who is also running to be elected to the position, says the mission is simple: keep the county moving toward growth like he and Sloan always planned.
And so I'm excited to see how we can diversify and grow into a new future. I think there's a lot of potential in Eastern Kentucky for new manufacturing, new things in tourism, and Martin County's in a good spot that we can take advantage of all those opportunities.
Well, Kirk says plans like the beginning of the solar project are already on deck for this year, and he is excited to be part of the movement forward in Sloan's memory. Well, the Floyd County Animal Shelter is looking for help from the community after the shelter has become overcrowded. Hundreds of stray dogs and cats have been taken to the Floyd County Animal Shelter, and officials say many are ready for adoption. Some animals from the shelter go out of state to rescues to be adopted, but officials say COVID-19 has slowed the rescue operations.
We need some help, you know, and so instead of going out and looking for a $1,500 dog or however much you pay for a cat, I don't know, but there's some beautiful cats over there that, you know, there's plenty of awesome pets to be had at our animal shelter.
Local businesses have also stepped up and are paying adoption fees until the end of January. To find out how to adopt, you can call the shelter at 606-886-3189. Elliott County is mourning the loss of a beloved fire captain. A Facebook post by Elliott County 911 said Sandy Hook Fire and Rescue firefighter Roger Kelly died. Kelly's daughter, Tabitha Skaggs, is a dispatcher for Elliott County 911. The post read, quote, "Please keep the Kelly family in your prayers during this difficult time. Rest in peace, Unit 135, end quote." Well, coming up at 11, we share with you how a person is pretending to be a licensed plumber and taking advantage of customers.
And I'm watching rain chances try and return for later this week, and perhaps a visit from Old Man Winter this weekend. I'll have all the details on the way.
From severe weather to snow, foggy mornings to sunny afternoons, there are a lot of different kinds of weather here in the mountains.